My second area was in the city of Cajamarca. So Cajamarca is a city out in the Andes, and there's a stake there, and so I served in one of the wards, in a ward called Pueblo Libre, and my companion and I, we covered, our area covered a lot of the downtown part of Cajamarca. So we had lots of buses and lots of people and lots of shops and just coming and going and lots of commotion all the time, lots of big roads. And it was just a really exciting place to be and to serve because it was just so mobile. There were just people everywhere all the time, coming and going, markets and stores and restaurants and buses and cars and taxis. And it was really cool because Cajamarca is out in the mountains, like out in the Andes Mountains. So I was in the mountains, but in the downtown. And so I felt like I got like pieces of both at the same time. I got to experience like the Cajamarca Andes region, but then I also got to experience like the cool, like mobile, busy downtown, which I hadn't had in my first area because my first area was like super chill, super go with the flow, small beach town. And so my second area was completely different. And out in Cajamarca, it gets really cold and it's rainy there. And so I got there and I was just freezing. I was freezing so cold that I wore pants underneath my skirts, like for like my first week there. And in our little room, we rented a bedroom in the house of a woman who lived in our area. She wasn't a member, but she was a nice lady. And anyway, so we rented a bedroom in her house. But in our room, we had a little space heater, and we would turn it on every night just because it got so freezing cold, like so cold. So we would sleep with the space heater on, and I would sleep with like 2 blankets on top of me, wearing like a pair of sweats, a hoodie, and like socks, and I would still be cold at night. It just got like, it got pretty cold at night in Cajamarca, which was completely different from my first area, where it was like super hot, and we like slept with like a fan on and everything, and like not even a blanket, just like sheets. Anyway, so Cajamarca was just quite the turnaround for me, and I wasn't expecting it, but it was like the best place. It's special to serve there. Missionaries who get to go to Cajamarca are very lucky and very blessed. And what I loved about serving in Cajamarca was that, so Cajamarca is the capital of the Peruvian equivalent of a state. They're called departamentos. So Cajamarca is the capital of the Peruvian departamento, Cajamarca. And it's the only city in the whole state that has the church. And so being there it felt like we were establishing the church there. We were bringing the gospel to these people who didn't have it, to these towns that didn't have it. Like down in Trujillo, down in the city, like there are like 7 stakes and 2 missions and a temple down there. But up in Cajamarca, we don't have that. And so it was so special to be there and to be some of the first there and to help establish the church there and bring the gospel to these people that didn't have it. And it was just a really special place to be. And obviously beautiful, like out in the Andes Mountains. And so there were lots of things to do. On P days, we got to go on hikes. We got to go see some waterfalls. Cajamarca is very important in Peruvian history. It is one of the locations where the Spanish conquered the natives. And so it's just full of history, and full just tourist attractions, the mountains and the historic locations and things like that. And so it was, apart from being just a wonderful place to serve, it was just really cool to be able to experience like that part of Peru and Peruvian history and culture. And Cajamarca is the typical, like you think of Peru and that is what Cajamarca is. It's like the mountains and llamas and alpacas and like the women with their little skirts and their hats and like the colorful clothing and things like that, just super traditional. That is Cajamarca. And I just feel lucky that I got to experience that.